All right, and welcome back to session 62 of Renaissance of the Antiquities. Last we had left off, our group was still within Crimson Star Sanctum, the bugbear hideout not far from the Copulus Sierras Mountains near Holden Keep. You had all traveled here looking to potentially help Nithirn and others with their memory and a few other things going on, in addition to investigating this orb of change, a noteworthy object desired by Jocelyn back at Holden Keep, the local prominent mage. You entered, and after a brief meeting with a handful of the bugbears, were allowed access and a meeting with Star Shaman Zuth, who brewed this tincture for you all to take a journey into the dreamscape where you might find the answers to the questions you came here for, while also being asked to recover a strange essence of source that they might come across from creatures that tend to be drawn to those invading the dreamscape. As you guys explored this strange space, a space that has tugged on your emotions, your fears, your desires, you've come across a number of strange things, but most things seem to be unable to be interacted with here. Merely some sort of strange visage or memory of this place. You came across the black crystals that the Star Shaman seemingly has corrupted into a blackened state. And somehow, perhaps the source of corruption here at this location. You tried cleansing it with your sparked connections, though a chanting sound started to pierce even here into the dreamscape, and the crystals were re-corrupted before your eyes. While perhaps not cleansing them, you did draw some intention from them, replenishing your divine power. You followed a series of noises down some of the chambers before you came across a strange creature wrapped and desiccated by these vines that seemed to be growing out of the ceiling and straight into the thing's back. After some determination, Nithirn began to attack these vines in hopes of freeing the creature after creatively using the power of her artifact to affect the space here and break the magical seal that surrounded it. As soon as some of the vines, however, began to be severed, these massive plant-based creatures that at first began to toy with your senses, appearing as a mirage of those close to each individual, before assaulting you and your party. You quickly defeated the beast, the thing, the fiend, with the aid of this creature Nithirn has been freeing, and just in a lull of the fight where Nithirn has been able to sever the remaining connections, more of these beasts have appeared, and the fight is here to continue on. So, we will pick back up at the top of the round. The room itself has just been bathed in a blinding light that begins to dim. As your vision clears, Fizz, you see three more of these plant-based creatures forming out of the mass of vines that have cascaded from the ceiling and sloughed off. And the anima of change, the celestial being, seems to be preparing itself as well to join the fray. But you first, Fizz. Get to react first at the top of this round.
Okay. So, the one in front of me is still alive, right? Because he has like a little tiny bit of... little itty bitty bit of HP.
Yes,
Or-
it is barely standing still. It is large chunks of it have begun to fall away. Whatever sort of energy is holding together this plant life matter seems to be all but vanquished.
Well, time to make sure that stays vanquished. So I raise my mace and swing it across. And I have another attack. If that doesn't do it, the 10 bludgeoning.
There we go. Get my window stacked correctly now. Yes, the 25. Your mace comes striking down atop it and smashes the last of the energy holding its form. Any movement for you, sir?
Yes. Maintain bardic performance, of course. And then, what is even my... Does my speed get altered because I'm large?
I don't recall the effect saying anything about speed.
Okay.
What is your bardic performance? Because I actually just forgot. I can hear.
Inspire courage. So it's... inspire courage. +2 to attack, +2 to damage.
All right. That's important to know.
And then move there. And Tywin, as I twirl around and bring my mace down on this thing, you see, for a second, a split second, another face, an older face, a scarred face. Because I'm not Fizz. I'm Nightmare. And that is my turn.
Alrighty. The anima of change now fully released from its binds, at least here in the dream realm. No.
What action is it for me to? No, I don't need to yet anyway. Because it's still, the rocks are still around it, right?
When I described it rising, I kind of described the two effects sort of
Canceling each other out. Okay.
Yeah. That way, there's not this massive awkward wall.
Okay. I missed that. Thanks.
The anima of change is going to first. Let me get this thing in actual squares. I have it awkwardly a little. There we go. Okay. Its sort of 5-foot step floats back and reaches its hand out towards this one on the far right and utters, does anyone speak Celestial?
I do not, but does it matter in the dream space?
In terms of communication, no. This is a spell effect.
Negator.
Okay.
Negatory.
So it reaches out and utters this soft-spoken syllable. And the creature needs to make... Oh, hold on. No saving throw. What's its HP? Okay. It is stunned for 1 round. Anybody can make spellcraft checks as well. I should have added. Sorry. If they desire.
Yeah, why not? Hey, I know what it is.
You do not.
Really knows
with
where
a
it is.
With a 19, you do not.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
With a 26, this is power word stun.
Ooh.
I'm just going to use that for now. Mowgli.
And I cannot do it because it's an intelligence-based skill.
Can I reach contact with the chief entity?
You could. You could even do a full round action. As part of a full round action, you can move 1 square as a 5-foot step.
Assuming
And
you
still
know
take your full round.
attack the grass things, not the new thing. If you're thinking to attack the new thing, then that's something different. Should I attack the new thing or the grass things?
Mowgli is enraged. You just bashed and literally tore a chunk out with your teeth of one of the plant things.
All right,
More
so
plant
should
things
probably
have
go
appeared
after
around.
the next plant thing.
It's your call.
Okay. Yeah. That's probably the right call. All right.
Okay.
You gotta decide.
Hold on, let me get my attacks.
Would sword or club be better here?
You have witnessed up to this point a little bit of resistance to to Fizz's mace slashing down on or bashing down on it. I'll say that's probably what you've noticed in your rage.
So, great sword would be better. I'm assuming 4. Your full attack one. Yeah, well, 4 and 5 are both.
One might be like it might have in parentheses like power attack, and then one probably doesn't have power attack. So it depends on whether or not you want to take the -2 to your attack roll to get that extra damage or not. So if you find you've had a hard time hitting these things, you may want to do the one without power attack. But I suppose that's a little up to you to judge as it carries on. But either full round will work. Just depends on how hard you want to swing. Alrighty. Both of the great sword strikes will make contact with the plant creature, striking down for 38 slashing damage. That probably does not include Fizz's stuff, so another 4. As you bash down, you try and clench your jaw around it, but you don't make any sort of purchase. Now, which 5-foot square did you want to move up to in front of you for that?
Right there?
Nope, so you'd have to be in one of these 3 if you wanted to 5-foot step.
Right there.
Okay.
I'm kind of protecting Fizz as best I can.
All right. Mowgli steps in front of you, gets a couple of wide slashes into the beast.
How tiny
Taween.
does Mowgli look compared to me right now? Like pretty
Taween, the blood, you feel it coursing through your veins. The vision, the edges of it are sort of clouded. And that internal rage burns deep.
Irene would start this round by pulling out his sacrificial knife, cutting himself right against the palm, letting some of his black blood drip on the ground, as then he would then use what's in his hand to cast his next spell. Blood armor. So for the next while, whenever I take 5 points of damage, I gain a bonus AC, +1 AC.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's actually a really good spell. To a maximum of 5.
Yes, indeed.
And then He'll move 5, 10, 15. Let's see. That's 10 space away. 10 space away. I gotta be. Yeah, I'm good. 10. That's right. I'll move right there. And then I'm good.
Alrighty. Nithyan.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta do this in order. I am going to, and I believe it's an action, I am going to use a IP investor point. Was it 1 or 2? I can't remember now. I think it's 1, but I'll make sure. Yeah, 1 IP. Use an investor point to enable Shield of Faith. And then start positioning over the let's see, which way do I want to go? Has it been an hour since we were in the crystal room?
It has not. It's been only about 10 minutes since then.
Oh, traveling through all the caverns and everything, all that walk was only 10 minutes? Okay.
10, maybe half an hour tops of some of the conversation you guys have had in between.
Good enough.
But it certainly hasn't been an hour. Though might I offer you an interest? If you use one of your points of intention, you can refresh that ability in this moment. A unique opportunity of the Dream Realm and its effects with your intention.
How about use my intention to full heal?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm a little bit damaged, so I'm just going to move over here a little bit and try to get ready to get into position.
Okay.
I'll actually go here. Okay. And I'm in a defensive stance.
You got it. Master Fizz Nightmare the Large.
Yes. I don't want to be bad news bears, but the enemies have not moved. They have disappeared from the turn tracker.
So they have. Thank you for noticing. It seems for some reason. Oh, you know what? I deleted the original one. That's what happened. Yep, that's exactly what happened. They went on a 15.
Point.
Yeah. That's okay. They
were just forming. They were just forming.
Yeah. They were just forming that.
They were still waking up.
Yeah, they're just getting warm.
There we go. Fizz, your turn.
Okay.
You got a free buff round.
free movement round. I'm gonna 5-foot step here, and I'm gonna take a swing at 2 swings with my mace.
At the central one?
At this one in the middle.
You do have a 10-foot reach at the moment, by the way, just so you're aware.
Oh, I have a 10-foot reach? Okay.
You're large. You naturally have it.
You didn't even have to move.
I didn't even have to move. You
got 2 of them in range.
Still going for the middle one.
Yeah.
All right.
Light shining.
Both of those will strike. Is that including the extra
Probably.
damage and such for your size and strength increase and whatnot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Like, it's just a strength bonus modifier.
Yeah,
bonus, right?
yes. Because your strength
Yeah.
goes up. So, but so
My
the first
strength
one
went up to-
strikes.
Yeah.
Some of the attack goes through. You could tell hitting, the soft plant matter and leaves. It's much less effective with a blunt weapon. As that second strike, while it hits the mass of its body, doesn't really seem to cause any actual tearing or breaking to the creature.
Excellent.
In other words, it did no damage.
Yeah. I kind of figured with that damage.
Anything else, since you do still have that 5-foot step?
Well, I have free action to maintain. Movement. I don't know that I have much that I can do for a movement. No, I'm good.
All right. I'm the far left fiend. It's going to just bash down with both of its arms, having formed fully now, down on Mowgli. I do believe that first one does miss, as Mowgli's AC is 22 now. The second one, however, does still make contact. For 15 damage to you, Mowgli.
It's left one.
Middle of the little green bubble.
Oh, middle.
And then as part, since it succeeded on a slam attack, wraps its massive tendrily arm around you as part of that slam and does not let go. The middle one is going to strike back at Fizz. Uh-oh.
That's a lot of rolls.
One of them's a net one. Oh.
The 19 still barely misses.
Yeah.
Roll... Fizz, roll me a D2. All right. It swings its massive forearm across your face. You just barely manage to move your head out of the way in time. But you still... Part of it catches in your mouth, and you just take a little small chunk out of it. The far right one is going to swing at Taween twice.
I thought it was stunned for a round.
You are correct. It is stunned for a round. It thinks about swinging at you twice.
Deeply thought. I think I'm going to. Maybe next
Is
time.
there any damage for that 37 to hit?
That 35 was a misroll. Oh, the 37. No, that was the grapple against Mowgli.
Oh, okay.
Since it succeeded on its slam.
Oh, so I didn't get any damage there? Sorry.
No. You dealt 1 damage to it.
Okay.
From its nat fail. From its fail. All right. The Anima of Change raises up one of its hands and lowers off to the side the other as if it's holding something, and as it does, some of that dimming light that is still coming from its chest takes shape, and it now is holding a halberd made of light itself. as it drifts somewhat forward and unleashes its full round attack on the one that was just stunned.
Holy wow!
All three will hit. Or all four will hit, sorry.
Plus 36. Insane.
3, 4. Did any of those crit? No. As it just goes to town, slashing and whipping this halberd around effortlessly through the air, like it doesn't even feel the resistance.
Yeah, Mowgli, don't fight that.
Well, it's exactly where I'm going. Right there.
No, don't fight that one.
Dealing 98 slashing damage across all 4 strikes. Mowgli, it is your turn.
I think we kill us.
Yeah, big time.
So fast.
It probably will, but Mowgli's going to do a full attack against the... What's that called?
Sagrasum?
Yeah.
Okay, for a second.
That's
What's it
some-
called? The orb of change? The
Oh, yeah,
thing of change?
the thing of change.
I'm like, no.
You want to go attack him? Yeah. The anime of change.
I think we would,
Anima of change.
Anime of change.
I think we'd all grab him and stop him.
Mowgli, no! The green ones. The plants. They look delicious.
Fry 'em up with some rice.
You know, I was just thinking, think about Tywin with a fucking halberd.
I know, right?
The reach weapon? Yeah.
Even more reach. Tywin with a reach weapon while being large as well. It's a fucking, I think, 20-foot reach.
Did you roll, Mike?
What do I need to roll?
What sort of,
Attack.
were you going to attack the Sargassum Fiend again? Oh, you are currently grappled.
Yeah.
My apologies. So you can either... In this instance, because you were grappled, you cannot use your Great Club or Great Sword, as those are two-handed weapons. You could attempt to become the controller of the grapple, escape the grapple, either through CMB or Escape Artist, or you can use your bite attack in this instance.
All right, I'll just, I guess, attack where I'm at now.
All right. So you are going to want to look for your attack that is just bite. So that's
just
your
bite.
that's a great sword.
Just take
But we
take it off.
can take the bite off of that one. That works too. In which
Particularly
case,
since it's a nat 20.
indeed, it is a natural 20.
Nat 20s and a
However,
nat 1.
a 22 naturally would not confirm, but that is a 24 because of Fizz's buff right now, making it
It's
a confirmation
another -2 though because of the because he's
because of the
grappled.
grapple. You're right.
So
So
he's still
it does not
22.
confirm. Unfortunate, but you still
Too
do
bad.
land your bite. You deal the 16 damage. You also, the bleed doesn't apply here. You gain, nope. And since you succeeded on a bite attack, you can attempt a grapple check for free, which is a combat maneuver bonus.
You can
Sorry.
take over the grapple.
Yeah.
Which will be just a little above all your attacks, where it says C and D.
CMB?
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh, that's good.
Jesus.
Does that do it? My goodness, that is the number you needed. You,
Ooh.
Mowgli somehow wrestles with his jaw, this beast underneath of him, and is climbing atop its back now, in charge of the grapple, as he is just tearing it limb from limb, literally, as it is made of limbs. Tywin.
Tywin will strike at the one that the Anima of Change attacked.
Good
idea.
Doing a full round on it himself. This one.
Oh, and another critical hit and a confirmation. That is with a piercing weapon, correct?
Yes, it is a piercing weapon. It is my +1 spear.
Is it immune to that? It is not. Roll. No, okay. So double damage. Firstly. So that does the 21. The second strike misses.
Yeah.
21 damage. And it has to roll a fortitude save.
It's, goddammit, that's probably the strongest one.
It is.
Yeah,
And
they
it
probably are
succeeds.
pretty good at fortitude.
It staves off the sickened condition that you could have given it as you struck it right in the eyeball of the creature. What is
Excellent.
could be considered its eyeball, I suppose. Anything else for you, sir?
No, I'm in a good spot.
Nithir, you've retreated to the side, shielded yourself.
Yep. So, from my combat knowledge, I know that if something's grappled, it cannot take an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
So I am going to, and also from my knowledge, what I know that from back here, I would be flanking. I don't, do I have to
yeah.
go, is this a spot, or do I have to go
that's-
here, or does it matter?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so I move back here. Assuming that's flanking.
Yep. You skirt around the edge of the creature.
Alright. Because I can't full round. So let me take the... Oh no, that's... No, I still primary attack, flurry of blows, but I don't get my second BAB, right?
You can't flurry as you're not making a full round attack because you had to do more than a 5-foot step. So it's just a.
I can. Well,
I think-
what do you mean?
I think I'm
can't
right on that.
flurry?
Isn't flurrying
I think I
part
can
of your
always-
full round?
I think I can always flurry, but I'm blanking on it too, for some reason.
I thought
me make sure.
Fury of Blows was a full round.
I think fifth edition is an anytime thing.
Yeah, it's full round. You're full round. You're right.
That's
right,
full
right,
round.
Full round. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to get in position anyway. Okay, boom, boom. This should be right on everything. And I am doing my strike that shattering. No, with flurry.
Mhm.
Never mind. I saw it stunned, so I'll attempt to stun it.
Okay.
The second, I don't know why that one was there. I thought I clicked
That's
it off.
okay. A 17, 19. Do you have the +2 from
I had
Fizz
the +2
Incorporated?
in already. Yeah.
So then a 19, unfortunately, will still miss the creature.
It's okay. I'm in position.
But you're in position. Fizz, back to you, friend. Nightmare, sorry.
Yeah, well, you gotta pound these things in the ground. Maintain perfect performance. That one.
Oh god.
Give me my fumble card.
There are so many nat ones and crits. You have slipped
I
and
know.
fall prone as you this awkwardly large size you are not used to, Fizz, and you swing with way more might than you were expecting and flip your feet right from underneath of you, trying not to hit Mowgli in the back of the head. Unfortunate.
I will use my movement to stand up and dust myself.
In the meantime, this Sargassum fiend
Grappled.
doesn't seem more concerned with regaining the grapple, just the fact that you're close, and some of its branches will reach up and try and slap you while you are on its back. That is going to hit and deal 11 damage to you, Mowgli, although that's going to be only 10 because you're raging and you have 1 DR right now.
Bring it.
The middle one is going to strike at Taween twice. The first arm slamming down for 15 bludgeoning, the second for 10. And with that, at the end of it, a 39 versus CMD to grab you and hold you. And it is going to shift up 5 feet as part of all of that.
So you did what?
25 bludgeoning.
Provoke?
It's 5 foot. No.
Oh, it's a 5.
Nice try. Right.
Tyween, he doesn't even... Let me take my 25 point damage first. He doesn't even flinch as he gets hit twice, and then gets pulled in as he... I like to picture, since you're doing bludgeoning damage, I like to picture that one of them got me right in the face. As he would... his mouth would fill with the blood from getting hit, and he would just spit right on his own skin with his blood as it starts to harden around his body.
It starts to harden around your body, and also where the blood spattered onto you, it soaks and absorbs in, staining your skin black, Taween. At least in this space. The far right one is going to swing at the Anima of Change. Oh, that is not a macro. That is. Both are going to futilely miss as the Anima of Change. As both strikes swing in, you see this divine energy, like field or barrier in front of it, just entirely stop the blow in its tracks. It is going to do this. No, that's against evil specifically. Okay. It is going to full round attack.
Wow. We won't be seeing rolls like that for a while.
The last one actually misses. Barely. No, it doesn't. Taween, or wait, I have to ask this actually specifically. Fizz, are you extending your chant to the Anima of Change or no?
No.
Okay. Then the first 3 hit. Which is still more than enough to slash and dice this thing into little ribbons before it even has the chance to fall to the ground. And in this space, the forms of these creatures, as it is lost whatever sort of connection is holding it here in this space, it kind of pools and bubbles into that tar-like substance before seeping into the ground and bubbling away in smoke. Mowgli. Also, it's gonna 5-foot step up. And it doesn't need to. It has a halberd.
So he's gonna bull rush the anima of change.
So you are currently you are the one grappling it. You could end the grapple if you wanted and attempt a bull rush, which would push it if successful.
Not recommend that.
Okay.
Yeah, but did he ask us, or is he just doing it? I mean, if he's just doing it without that, you got to do what you would do. So
yeah,
if you're not communicating, you do what you would do.
yeah.
Well,
That is an
I
action
think
you
he's aware.
could take.
Okay, bull rush.
Okay.
All right, so you'll roll your CMB. Oh, yep, you got. Oh, your knockback ability specifically. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so I forgot you had this actually, because you haven't used it yet. Mowgli has the unique ability to combine a bite. It says it all right there. That will hit. That will confirm with a second natural 20. Let's see here. Okay, it's immune to that condition. However, it still takes 16 points of damage. And I must not have macroed it up right. You still do need to roll a CMD.
What's that under?
It should be just above all your attacks a little bit.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Unfortunately, you do not manage to push the creature back any distance, but the brutal assault of you hopping off its back, throwing your body weight at it, and you still come away with a chunk in your mouth. What just happened to my mouse? Hello? Ugh. That will bring it to Taween's turn. When I can click that. There we go.
Wait a minute. Am I clear? What did he attack? Did you attack the green thing or the animated change?
Animated change.
Noir.
Oh, you were wishing to attack the Anima of Change. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the Sargassum Fiend you were already on.
No, he said it. That's why we were saying if he's not
I did not
communicating,
catch
do what
that.
you want to do.
I see.
Okay.
So yes, you could have hopped off and ran over. That would wind up provoking from these creatures as you run across the field, though, over to it.
Okay.
Okay.
That was his intent.
Okay. Gotcha. My apologies. So the one you
Not
were
that I
fleeing
want him to do it, but if he said that's
from
what he's going
gets
to do.
its opportunity. Well, it might not even happen. So as you go to leave this space it doesn't really matter. As you go to move towards the Anima of Change, you turn your back to the Sargassum Fiend that you were just on top of, trying to jump away from it. As it jumps away, it lashes out with one of its arms and bashes your legs. You take 10 more points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, and it does not grab hold of you.
There's a second one there.
The second one misses Mowgli. So Mowgli jumps off the back of this creature, dips past Fizz through Taween, straight up to the Anima of Change, as launches himself at it. Let me get back up to what that roll was. It was a natural 20, so it's gonna hit no matter what. Natural 20 confirmed. So, oh my gosh. So its AC just doesn't matter. Okay, hold on. Let me put its bars in.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna RP that since I'm behind this other stupid thing, I did not see this happen.
And his bite's a piercing weapon, so it goes through its DR. And the CMB that you made of 19. My apologies, just having to. I need a new mouse. What is going on with this thing? Oh, yeah, no, not even close to its CMD. Let me put this in perspective to you. Normally I don't tell you stats, but in this case I'm going to. Its CMD is 75. You rush at this thing, your tooth somehow managed to clip its hand ever so slightly. And that's where the 16 damage comes from. But just the back of its hand totally stops the entire force of your entire body weight being thrown at it without a mere flinch. But you nicked it with your teeth.
Get killed.
Taween.
So what does Taween and or Nightmare say when they see Mowgli go attack this thing?
I'm grappled by this.
Get killed.
I'm grappled by this big ass thing. I don't think I see it. And also I'm raging, so I also don't really care.
Okay.
Mowgli, you know I slipped and fell on my own, right? It didn't push me down.
Yeah, we're out of our league here. I get that.
That thing's our ally is what the thing is.
Mowgli might not understand that.
Sure. Let's see. This thing is humongous. What is my CM? What even is my CMB right now? They try to break out this thing. What was the roll that got on me?
For what?
35. For the CMB grapple.
They have a plus 25 to their grapple, is what you're saying.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat that. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not getting that. So I'm just gonna fucking... I don't even think a strength could even do anything. So I'm just gonna fight this thing. Now I can only make one attack, right?
Correct. One attack that is one-handed.
That's my spear, so... Fine with that. First roll. 27 to hit.
27 certainly strikes the creature.
And 9 piercing damage.
So you deal the 9 piercing damage to it. You stab while it has you held, trying to deal as much damage as you can to it. Nithirn, it is your turn. Fizz is not providing flanking as he is not adjacent for you. But you are providing flanking for Fizz.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to this full round. This should be correct on everything. The first one I was going to tell you, but the first one is going to be the shattering. The second one's a stunning, and then of course intimidate if it works.
Mm-hmm.
And it is empowered. There is no electrical damage. It shows 0 anyway. If they can't be intimidated, it's the highest one. If it doesn't matter, then that's fine.
So the first strike hits for its full 14 damage. The second strike goes wide, glancing off of one of its branches, but you quickly follow that back up with your second strike. Somewhat blunted by the hit, but the divine energy is certainly blasting through in addition to your strikes, and that fourth attack also swings wide. Is it just you sort of swung a little too high with your foot coming back down?
Okay. And I will 5 foot step back.
Okay. This.
Yes. Well, I can't believe we agreed to something with this guy. Well, I'll turn and swing at the one that's in the middle. Twice.
Okay.
Warhammer. Jesus.
Both strike. The second one ineffectively. However, the first one, couple points of damage spark through. So you crack another
And
little branch off.
I'll maintain my bardic performance and take a little step back.
Interesting narrative bit here, but your bardic performance as Nightmare, how is it different than Fizz's normal cadence?
I guess normally Fizz is sort of upbeat, either singing or cheering people on. Fizz is, or Nightmare is more just like, come on, what are you doing? You need to get in shape. Fucking stab harder. There's an opening there. Why aren't you swinging? Because
More
a little bit
drill
more
sergeant.
yeah. And
Excellent.
more chanting like battle hymns more than the singing.
So Nightmare continues to inspire through beratement and battle cries. Oops.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
skipped.
I think we both clicked on it at the same time, or it double clicked. Either way, the fiends. This one, nearest you, Nithirn, is going to slide a little closer into the hallway toward you. Do either of those hit you with a 26 or 28?
I deftly dodge under one and over the other.
All right. Sorry, my mouse is having some issues tonight. It's always something, isn't it? The one that has Taween grappled is going to maintain its grapple successfully, and as such gets an auto 16 constrict damage on you.
Oh, so my AC is not stopping any of this. Guys, let's kill this one.
Not for the constrict damage. That's just something that it's damage that comes as a part of it continuing to maintain its grapple. Then it actually does try and bash the living crap out of you and squeeze and crush you even more as it's holding you. 28 probably hits you for 20 more bludgeoning damage.
Guys, let's kill this one.
The third one is...
And just
dead.
barely, by the way. My AC right now is 27.
Nice.
Oh no, 26.
The Anima of Change.
There's a new enemy.
Looks down at Mowgli. Your
He's
hunger
not right in
must...
the head sometimes, I'm sorry.
Your hunger must still be consuming you. I will help with that soon enough. And just sort of casually pushes Mowgli aside.
I like the casual aspect of it.
It is going to start casting a spell. Mowgli, you can have an attack of opportunity against it if you'd like.
No.
Okay. And it is going to Yes. Anybody can roll a spellcraft check.
I don't believe I can see.
I am blood raging, so I can't.
Okay.
I will roll a spellcraft. I knew the other one. Do I know this one?
You have no idea. It is powerful healing magic coming through, however. As all of you immediately have the following adverse conditions, if applicable, end. Any and all ability damage you have. Blinded, confused, dazed, dazzled, deafened, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble-minded, insanity, nauseated, poisoned, sickened, or stunned. You additionally each heal 250 vigor. Up to your maximum, obviously.
Excellent.
Amazing.
My assumption is this does not restore my negative levels.
It specifically does not remove negative levels, it states.
Alright, good.
Boys, we're back in business.
Quickly, defeat this sickness that surrounds us before they come. Mowgli.
I'm gonna attack.
Max your vigor out. You just got healed by it.
Mm-hmm.
How would I do that?
It'll be your green bubble. You want to set that to 83, which is your max.
So if you just like click on your token once, the green bubble. You just click in there and you can change the number. Hit enter.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the creature that's attacking Taween.
Alrighty. Easily enough, you could 5-foot step if you wished and still get your full round attack.
Either to the left or to the right of it.
Okay, am I there?
Yep.
Yep.
You give your full round.
Sword or club? Sword, probably?
With your,
Honestly.
you know it's working. You've noticed that it's working better than what Fizz is doing.
All right,
No,
both
that one.
great sword strikes hit. 44, 48 damage total. So you strike down, cleaving more of the vinery away from the creature, bringing aid to Taween. It is your turn. Mowgli is over you, cutting away, weakening the creature's grasp on you. I love the image of both ragers just going to town on this thing.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Just stuff flying out everywhere.
Again, I don't. As a player, I know Tyween's probably not going to fucking break out of this thing's grip. So it's time to just stab the shit out of it. And this time I'm going to miss.
Unfortunate.
God, I get a plus 14 to my attack. Fuck.
Nithyan, as Taween struggles in the grasp of the beast, you find yourself isolated in the hallway.
5 in. Full round, same pattern. First one is shattering, goes right through. Second one is stunning, misses. I think everything else misses.
Yes, just that first one hits. And you said the first one had stun on it?
No, it had shattering, so there's no
Okay.
bypasses all DR.
Got it. You take a mighty chunk off of the creature. You can see its form weakening and getting slower and more sluggish. Nightmare.
Everybody, you're doing a really bang up job. Keep cutting them. Maintain bardic performance, and I'm gonna raise a finger, point at the one that's got Tyween,
Which finger?
and light him on fire.
Which finger?
The pinky finger.
Oh, pinky.
And also,
Probably the index.
is that gonna hurt me?
Depends on. I don't know. I don't think so. It's one creature.
Oh, okay.
That would suck though, wouldn't it?
Maybe if he catches on fire.
Oh, that's the fort save. Here's the reflex save. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, the 16 still beats it, though, doesn't it?
So he takes 7 points of damage, but he's on fire.
You see that
That's
this
success-
creature is highly combustible, and it still takes 14 points.
Oh, okay. No, he's not catch.
Ah.
He doesn't catch on fire. Fortitude.
Yep,
prevents-
but he does not catch. Cool, got it.
What is the reflex for then?
Probably
guess
for
it's-
maybe half.
It's going to be the same DC.
They have fortitude, half, and reflex. So you use either one.
Okay.
Is that what that means?
No, it's
I
for
don't know,
different
I'm asking.
sections of the spell. The
Okay.
fortitude save reduces the fire damage by half and prevents the catching on fire. On subsequent rounds, the reflex is to put out the fire. I realized, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter
Yeah,
because
got it.
it's not on fire anyway. But you do blast it for 14 points of damage. Any movement? Nightmare. Sorry, skipped ahead a little bit.
I'm going to stay where I am. Stay where I am.
Alrighty. The fiend that is battling against Nithirn strikes twice back at her.
First one hits, second one misses.
For 14 bludgeoning damage. And in comes the 38 CMB versus CMD for the grapple.
That will grapple.
As Nithirn is held tight and fast by the creature. Oops, there's another one still. Maintains grapple on Taween.
That's fine.
16 bludgeoning constrict damage. That one is still healthy enough to have full bonus.
Oh, god damn it.
For a 31 to hit and 17 more bludgeoning damage. For a total of 33.
31 because of damage resistance.
The anima is going to
can't
full
roll
round
low.
the one holding Taween. All three. Oops.
397. I want to roll one of those D 2021s.
All three hit. Or 4 hit. As the anima of change slices delicately around Taween and Mowgli with its halberd made of light from back there, carving away the ichor from Taween, freeing him from its grasp and causing the thing to collapse. Mowgli.
Help. Grapple it. I don't say that. I'm not used to talking in combat.
Are you muted, Mike?
Moving to make an attack on the creature attacking Neth.
Yep. And you can do your single strike or roll your full round, and I'll just take that first one.
Which one?
Either the full round or a single greatsword strike. Should just be... I forgot how I have it all labeled, but...
Should theoretically be flanking and get the bonuses, so... Yeah, that's easy anyway.
I think so. James, question: can you provide flanking if grappled? If you don't know, then
No, you cannot.
No? Okay, got it.
okay. All right, a 27 will still strike it. However, as you slash down for 19 more damage across its backside, where it is exposed as it is consumed with Nithirn. That does bring it to Taween.
The 23
You were finally
hits as well because of my buff.
he had to move more than 5 feet, so it's only the first.
Oh
one.
yeah, that's right. Sorry.
No, 21 damage actually because of your buff.
I will also move and attack. But I only have to move. Let's see.
You cannot move through the big statue thing, as a note.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to have to move to a place where, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get full round. So I will move right here. Right? No, I'm not going to move right there. Here. And then I will attack. 26 to hit.
That will strike down for 13
11
damage.
pierce. 13?
Are you
physics
adding my
+2.
+2 already?
Yeah, I got your +2 in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 11.
Yeah, I have buffs set for your Inspire Courage.
As they all move to aid you, Nithirn, you are still trapped, but the creature is fast weakening its grasp on you.
Yep. Single attack. I will still attempt to stun it,
Okay.
and I will miss.
The mobility is difficult for you, not being able to dance around and swing. You make purchase, but nothing impactful. Nightmare.
Yeah. Well, come on, guys. We've almost got him. Just slid him a little bit more. 5 foot step forward. That puts me in 10-foot reach, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm gonna attack with a full round attack, so I can attack twice because I'm still hasted. Power here.
Ooh. For a point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Don't you have like a crossbow or something?
It's just not as satisfying striking this thing with Orenmir. It doesn't reverberate and give that ringing sound it does when you hit most things.
I'm pretty sure it's not resistant to piercing damage. I've been doing good damage against it.
Well. Get her off that outfit.
Maintain grapple on Nithyan. Does a 31 beat your CMD?
Ooh, wait, that might be close. Nope.
Oh!
I slip
It
out.
does not maintain, and that is its action, I believe.
Yeah, that's a standard. Unless he's got feet.
No.
I slipped it out.
As you slip from its grasp... Go ahead.
No. That's good. I was just going to say, doing some of my maneuvers, just constantly moving. It's trying to keep a hold of me, but I twist it and it binds in such a way that it no longer has a hold of me, and I step out.
All right. The anima of change again begins to hover a bit more. Its halberd dissipates from its hands. It outstretches its hands and wings and begins to chant in Celestial. As it does so, over here in this section of the room off to the right by those barrels, a tear of sorts begins to form. The space, the wall begins to crack a little bit. And from that crack, it begins to spread rapidly across the chambers, the floor, the ceiling, as all of it begins to dissolve. The dreamscape, this space that you find yourselves in, begins to change and warp, and it calls out, "Quickly! There's not much time." Mowgli.
You're muted again, just in case you didn't know, Mike.
So, I'm gonna finish the job.
Like that. You guys been jerking around. I'm gonna finish the job.
And finish the job you will, as that first strike and the bite come down on it. The great sword slashes it nearly in twain, and you get in there, you kind of put your greatsword in one hand, dig your fists into either side of it, start to tear it apart as you plunge your head straight into the beast itself and bite down on anything you can find. And it begins to liquefy in your mouth.
Tasty, but we need to get out of here.
As the beast dissolves, you see the anima of chains. Finally, my mental constraints broken for but a moment. And the entire room begins to collapse around you.
Oh. You don't have to move.
One moment here, as you guys load in and I shift up some music. So, as the chaos of the battle fades, and the dank, ichor-filled chambers dissipate, the sulfurous smell is replaced, at first, by a sweet scent. Your eyes take a moment to adjust as the anima flashes into a bright light, and you find yourselves standing on what looks like the sky itself. In every direction, it's endless clouds and small little four-winged birds flying around out in the distance. You see these massive golden swords wreathed in clouds swirling around it in an unnatural way. And these various floating motes of shapes dancing about the space. The anima appears in the center of one of these shapes, these barriers of light, kind of crystalline in shape, but clearly not made of any such physical substance. Beyond it, you see a clouded stair step up into a bright white light. And beneath you, all the colors of the rainbows portrayed as stars in the sky and galaxies and an infinite expanse before you. We have a few moments here, but you must return soon. You must free my physical form. Step forward.
I think this is death. I believe.
Are we still in the dream world thing?
You don't know? Are you asking, I guess?
Yes.
I am at no. Am I still under the effects of rage?
No. All of your rage drops, all of those buffs that the anima has given you are also all gone.
That's fine. Depending on how, if I was blood raging or not, depending on how I would react.
This will help you. Nithyarin says, "What is this place?"
We are still within the dream realm, but you have freed my mind from the poison the shaman has infused it with. My physical form remains trapped, but for just a moment before I am shackled again. This is a representation of my home realm. A place some might find themselves after death, but many do not, for it is a difficult place to reach. One must be filled with goodness and the light of life to enter these places.
You must be the one they're keeping alive with that stone of change.
Sort of.
Or keeping you
Should-
imprisoned.
Be more accurate. The physical form that I possess is much less than what you have seen here. It is based in earthly matters, and as such is weakened. It is not my original form, for this is what you see before you. I was summoned, responded, more accurately, to a call of aid by a powerful user of magic. I assisted that call, thinking it to be a noble cause. But along the way, whether through their ignorance or perhaps my own, I found myself trapped within this and it motions to the orb in its chest. My essence, my body, my soul was trapped. Its power reformed to something else's will. Whether I can be truly freed, I do not know. But at the very least, I would like for what physical form that I do maintain to have some amount of freedom, so that I may continue my mission. I tell you all this, for I see you are all uniquely and individually sparked, though you may not realize what that means quite yet. It has been a long time since any of my kind, or those that I am in conquest against, have had the privilege of contacting Sparked Ones. This is only further truth and evidence. The tides of times are changing. Things are shifting yet again. And perhaps an awakening is happening across the lands.
I can't imagine a place like this after death. I've died twice and haven't seen anything like this either time. Once became who I am, not remembering who I was, and once coming back less than I am.
The race of your people have found their own solution to what happens after death.
I don't think I'm following their rules either.
Perhaps that is what makes you unique apart from them.
My friends need help. Will Frey and you help them? Mowgli. And I believe Fizz and Taween all need help.
I do not know that I can help your individual plights,
Notice she didn't ask for herself, just so you know.
though I can impart some of my understanding onto each of you, and perhaps with this gift it might aid you in some way you seek, or perhaps lead you on a path of redemption towards the plights that fog your minds. Please, each of you, step forward. Place your hand upon the shell that still contains me, the physical representation of my freedoms. We do not have much time left. Powers stir in the waking world to already thwart you, and the companions that you have left behind are already in mortal peril.
Well,
Mowgli?
I mean, personally, I think the real estate market here is probably pretty high, but sure, whatever.
You're on mute, Mike, just in case you're trying to say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, but you stepped away.
Mowgli,
I did.
come on. I think he's gonna wake us up.
It is all right, hungry one. This will help you. I hope.
You ran all my checks, right?
Yep, good.
Okay.
Do each of you place your hand upon the geometric shape?
Nithirn did it without hesitation.
Tywin
Yes.
Tywin puts his hand there.
I hesitate, but I put my hand there.
I'll say I'm surprised you're doing that.
Yeah, well, gotta get out of here somehow. There's nothing that I'm pretty confident I can't fucking take anything back with me, so there's no point trying to have sticky fingers here.
As each of you places your hand upon it, the anima of change glows within, and you can feel the warmth of its light course into your palm and through your body. It has a very similar feeling to the moments, at least for some of you who have experienced it, when you first attained your spark, or whenever each of you have used your intention to do any of your effects. There's that same sort of connected feeling to everything around you, something that transcends logic and understanding and moves into a realm where pure thought and pure desire can take shape. The divine source of power within you each becomes more realized, and the furthering of this connection feels more acute than ever before, and you all become awakened chanters, gaining the second tier on this path. Each of you can choose one of the following abilities to add to your list of things associated with this power growing within you. Read them carefully, look at them all. There are a handful of options. Once you make your choice, it is a permanent choice. And should another opportunity like this come up again, only the story remains to see. I think, for the moment, here's a good moment to take a few-minute break.
Yeah.
As you all take a moment to look this over, we can grab a drink, grab the bathroom. As a note, the anima adds, as this is coursing through your body, we must be quick. This act of power in the dreamscape, this transference, will certainly bring one last challenge before us before you can wake. I can feel it approaching even now. Steel yourselves and use this new power, if able, to aid you going further. And we will be back in a few minutes, Dream. Alrighty, welcome back, stream from the break. We are all nice and refreshed and ready to continue this story. So, each of you feels out this connection that wells within each of you. Nithirn, you feel and each of you comes to the understanding of your connections almost immediately. Nithirn, you feel almost like a wind in the back of your mind. You can hear the rustling of leaves for a moment. Mowgli, your physical form tones up a little bit more. Your muscles more defined. Nightmare, your eyes take on a slight glow to them. That, if caught in the right light, you can see sort of the sheen on them that is unnatural. And Taween...
James has pooped, by the way.
So he did. I will wait a moment. Perhaps his internet crashed.
While we're pausing for him, just a thought to think about. I would think that tree would have a name. This is something you'd think about.
Yeah,
I just might refer to the tree, but
when you reach out to it that first time, more will be unveiled on that. Slash, I don't have a name quite yet, but I have been thinking on it.
That's where I was going.
Hey, sorry.
Welcome back.
Did your internet die? Are you okay?
I think my internet died.
Are you on your phone right now?
Yeah, I'm on.
Those internet bastards have no respect for our game time.
Canadian.
Yeah,
Canadian
God
internet.
dang Canadians.
Imagine if the Mexican comes back. We'll really have lots of problems.
Oh my goodness, that's so bad. I was gonna go with a moose joke, but I think those are old for Canadians.
Hey?
Hey,
About?
that's a Michigan thing too, though. So we got to be careful.
Mhm.
Michigan and
Can they still peg you, Mark?
no, not really. I think I've been away long enough that nobody can tell. I just don't have a southern accent, so
No.
they know I'm not from the south.
Well, Texas isn't really the South. It's basically the Midwest and the South.
It depends.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Parts of it. Parts of Texas are pretty southern. I got a number of people that work for me from Texas, just not the city, and they're about as southern gets.
What do I sound like to you, Mark?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like a Buckeye. I don't know. I don't think that that it's changed much.
People always say Michigan. So I've been here for 30 something years, so
Could be.
they still say Michigan.
Because they know, or because they can tell by the syntax?
Accent. Yeah, syntax. Yeah.
Like soft
But-
drinks, what do you call them?
Pop. But down here they just recognize the northern aspect of my language that
They're sensitive
I'm not
to
from
it.
here, even though I've spent most of my life down here. But it's always interesting to go back up north and hear their
Yeah,
accent.
like Jack's or Jeff's or any of those.
Yeah. I talk to David. We talk about every other month, and he has a strong northern accent, like a
Yeah.
Minnesota, a boat, and how they talk.
About.
But I sense no southern accent from you, which I didn't expect to.
Nope. I don't need to fake it like Paul did.
Yeah, well, I don't think he faked it. I think it just kind of happened, but I remember.
He worked at it.
Yeah, he may have, but did you know Angie has a severe heart condition?
Angie does? No, I didn't know that. I know they moved out of the city.
Yeah, they moved to Chattanooga.
Yeah,
Her and her wife, I guess.
the
they'd
wife
call
and
it.
the wife.
So yeah, it's in Amy's a complete train wreck. So
She's not with that guy anymore?
no, she's not gonna. She's going down Paul's road.
Oh, seriously? Wow,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen that coming.
Yeah,
She's still in New York, though.
No, she lives in somewhere near Uncle Phil. Within 20
she
minutes.
moved to Alabama? Okay.
Maybe 2 years ago.
I didn't know that.
But she's in bad shape. It's
Likes the drugs and alcohol, huh?
yeah, it's not good.
Hmm.
I'm going down there next week.
Cool. Yeah, say hi.
I will. So, but yeah, they're didn't work out so good for
Their New York
Uncle Phil.
lifestyle.
Yeah, it was not good for them.
His
Yeah,
two
I think.
his two little angels got corrupted in New York.
Well, I think Phil floated it, which I think was a mistake. I'm not a believer in that, but I think that probably contributed to the mess. But it's real bad.
For letting them go there, you mean?
No, he paid the way,
Hmm.
and that was probably the problem.
Hmm.
So I think Amy went a decade without working.
Kind of.
Probably no, not kind of. Really, a decade. Not joking. So it's just a mess down there. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it won't be good.
It'd be insane if Todd's the only one that turned out normal.
What I heard that he's doing well.
Yeah, I know. He's got a family. He's got a kid or two, and
he's living somewhere in Florida, I think.
Yep.
On the Panhandle somewhere. Or, that would be pretty hilarious if he was the winner of that group. But
I know, right? I'm still in touch with David from time to time, Ward, and he's doing he's super retired, living in that house in the woods, in the city in the woods, with a boatload of animals.
Yeah, I went to
in his basement.
He's a big gamer, but
Yeah.
I went to dinner with him maybe 5 years ago, but I haven't seen him since. But I've had some contact with him. But
No, we're not broadcasting.
Yeah.
No, there's only 2 people on anyway, Navar. I don't know. I didn't think
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
forgot.
think he's back.
Yep,
Huzzah!
the nightmare is back.
So, Nightmare, as you connect with your power, your eyes start to take a sort of a, in the right light, a sheen that wasn't there before. And Taween, you feel a youthfulness wash over you. And you just don't feel hungry. You don't feel thirsty anymore. As you'll soon come to find out in the passing days, you don't really have to breathe. And you understand this too, as part of your connection. The actual energy of the world around you is what sustains you now. This connection to the Om in a deeper, more physical sense. As each of you take this moment, a barrage of information hits you as well. An understanding of the realms beyond the material, spaces that up to this point you've only begun to touch on. The material realm itself is but a water drop in the actual space of life that exists in this place beyond you. You, for a moment, understand its enormity. There are, in terms of the physical powers that hold some amount of sway over what actually exists in a physical sense when you are awake, are categorized across what are called the primordial gods. And there are 4 groupings: the negative, the positive, the primary, and the secondary. The primordial gods, you are acquainted with a couple of them. You know of Zran, who holds rule over fire and all things that the heat touches. You know of Zalar, the sculptor of the landscapes, the one who in some way contributed to every mountain and hill, every cave, every tunnel that you walk across. And even much of the plant life and the natural world Zalar holds sway over. There's Aeol, one that you've perhaps only heard name up to this point, as he is the primary god of air. And so the storms, lightning, the air, everything that is contained within it, the birds, all have some sort of role in Aeol. Then there's Aeus, who is god of water. He and his emissary Sin, as you know, contributed to all of the waters that you see, the sea life and the creatures and the abundance of lakes and rivers that span across the lands. But they do not only help create the material space, but also the foundation for all of the others. Beneath them are the secondary gods: Koval, Pela, Ringil, Celia. All names of the months as the calendars, you all know it. These cover ice, ooze, smoke, and magma, respectively, each having their own role to play in the pantheon. The positive: Eros, Ele, Melial, and Stera, for steam, lightning, mineral, and radiance. And then there are the negative: Aline, Nuek, Saya, and Sodi, respectively, for ash, void, dust, and salt. while all of these play lesser and minor roles to the primary, they all hold their place and help to form the connections that together bring apart the material realm itself. Many of these things you were already somewhat familiar with, perhaps not fully their structure or the width and breadth that it expands, but with it also comes, and in a little bit less detail, a few other groupings of powerful deities that exist in this space where once you start to talk about divinity, hold rule. There are what are called the axiomatic gods, ones that hold some of the neutrality of the world, and are more in touch with chaotic neutral, lawful neutral, neutral evil, neutral good alignments. All of the neutrals. Then there are the twin gods. There are primarily 4 of them that deal with the extremes of the alignment axis. Chaotic evil, chaotic good, lawful good. Though twin gods, you come to understand, also portray... Damn it. James died again. I see.
Yeah.
Well, can rewatch this or catch up. The twin gods also come in a larger variety, and you have an understanding that there are many, many of them, though to varying depths and strengths and about various things. These are the gods that take opposing sides, and they are called twin gods as you get the sense that they were perhaps once separate, though for whatever reason they are merged in some sort of way. So you might find where a god of death and a god of life has merged to become a god that holds sway over that concept as a whole. And many other two sides of a coin type situations, light and dark, things of that nature, all might be found amongst twin gods. There are also the eldritch evils, which are things more rooted in a physical sense that come from a space not quite understood, at least in this understanding you have here given to you. They are strange and enigmatic, and often betray what makes sense of the world around you. And lastly, there's the pantheon of the elder dragon gods. These rival in number all of the other pantheons combined, and are split not only amongst the colors of the dragons, but also the types of land they hold over, the types of metals, and various realms, realities, and memories there in between. The elder dragon gods have their own power and agendas that also interconnect with all of the other pantheons. All the elder dragon gods seem to also cover all the bases, the primordials, and all of the others combined, almost a definitive side of its own, as each are in their own way. But lastly, and perhaps most interestingly, you touch the sense and the feeling of something much larger and much greater than even all of these combined, though it is faint, but all permeating. There is some other entity beyond and above all of these others that has some sort of role to play as well. And all you know, as a way to reference this particular thing, is the Watcher. What would be in other system terminologies, the Overgod. of these realms. All of that basic understanding of just sort of how things are divided and structured floods into your mind. None of it even touches upon the various philosophies that could exist out there. Some of those you know, like the Order of the Continuity, or perhaps even where the Elders and the Eladrin fit into the structure. You're not quite sure, but they certainly hold some place amongst them, or at least connections to them. Additionally, though we have briefed over this, there are a number of prime actions that you all distinctly become aware of. Things that, if done, most certainly, regardless of all opinion or point of view, are purely these things. In terms of law, if you fulfill an oath or accept a providence of fate, it is a purely lawful thing. For chaos, breaking an oath or rejecting a providence of fate will drag you closer toward that. On the altar of good and evil, for good, you have sacrificing your life or existence in exchange to prevent the death or destruction of another, or defending the flow of life as a whole and preventing threats that are larger than merely a town or perhaps even a realm as a whole. And on the evil, destroying or trapping a soul and preventing it from returning to the life stream is a purely evil act. Also, severing a soul's silver cord is a purely evil act. And for all alignments, there are supreme actions that are considered all four simultaneously. And that is upholding the balance of a greater good and a greater force. Anything that is pure destruction, or anything that contributes to the undoing of the end of time. With all that information imparted, the light fades from the anima of change. And you all have a moment to take all that in.
Curious, do you have that written down someplace? On a handout or anything?
Not all succinctly in one spot, but I can get that information to you guys in text.
Okay. There's a lot there. I wouldn't mind reading it over a few times.
Yeah, I didn't think about this before for some reason, but
Yeah, no worries.
I will
All right.
collect that document for next time. One other note. Not only does this perhaps make you all realize just how vast what you might have considered reality to truly be, and the various forms it can take. But perhaps, for your own opinion, just perhaps, there is the interest that you are somehow connected to all of this in a much deeper way than any of you realized. And not just because you're sparked, but you see that all of it, everything, is connected in this web that is beyond even sight.
Bit Nithyanus. Bit overwhelming.
Yes. Agreed. Not sure what all this means.
Yep. Lots to think about.
Means to me I know a whole even less than I thought I knew, which wasn't much.
As
We
you're
need
all
to free his
standing
body.
there,
We need to free his body immediately.
But how?
Wake up. Go right. They're in battle now, he said.
I think we're being misled. I think this is all a lie.
Based on what?
None of it makes sense. It doesn't add up. There's no cohesiveness amongst our experiences to make this the truth. I think we're being lied to. I think we're being lied to keep us here. I think we need to get out, like you said.
I don't think he wants us to stay here.
There are no answers. He didn't tell us anything, and all of that hour monologue that gave us any answers in any real true direction. It was all smoke and fog and completely a waste of time. We need to get out of here, and we need to beat the shit out of these people.
I'll agree with you on that part of it.
What do you think, Tywayne?
About beating the crap out of these, or about these bugbears.
I don't think what he told us was a lie or a waste of time.
What did he tell you of value?
He told us a lot of shit that we didn't know.
He told us nothing. There were no answers. There was no information. There was no solutions. There was nothing specific to us. It was a complete horse crap. We need to get out of here and go take these guys out.
Or
you think a god's particularly interested in your fucking life? Like,
Don't exactly.
Probably not. I mean, I think the answers the shaman was referring to is probably some sort of introspection shit.
Yes, he's playing us. Let's get out.
How is he playing us?
There's no answers.
To what question?
Doesn't matter.
He just gave us a shit ton of information.
What?
We just learned about a whole fucking thing that no one knew about.
We learned nothing.
that's too bad,
Are
Mosley.
you saying that you already knew about all this?
I'm saying everything he said was horse crap. We're being played.
Why?
He didn't give us anything. There was nothing there.
But do you seldom get people just to bring you on answers on a silver platter?
Do you think this little monkey that we could absolutely take out with a backhand has our answers? Do you really believe that?
What monkey?
Yeah, what monkey? Do you see something we don't?
The magician that put us in this place.
The creature.
He knows nothing. We're all getting played. This is all smoke and glass. This is a complete fallacy. We need to get out of here, I think.
You have an interesting point of view.
I
I
will agree
assume
with
it's
that.
from your past.
What did he tell you that meant anything? That gave you any answers about anywhere you want to go? Or any back truth other than foggy answers that were meaningless? All of this is complete horse crap. We need to get out of here right now.
I'm not
We've
against.
been put under a spell, and we need to get out, and we need to
I'm not. I'm
take
not.
action.
I'm for you when it comes to getting out, but I don't.
Well,
The more that Mowgli protests, the more his doubt almost seems to manifest in this space. The
Not to
edges
me.
of the clouding begins to creep in with a darker, shadowy feel, like a storm is beginning to roll in all around.
Equally so, I am absolutely certain that what we just heard put us on a path and fills in some gaps and made it clear to me that both times that I died, what I saw for myself, there's even more to it than what I can imagine.
How specifically?
I will commune regularly to learn more about this for myself.
How specifically?
Well,
I didn't hear anything.
I think maybe your perspective is warped because even though you have physically died many times, you've never died. You don't have the vision. Your mind is been clouded, and you come from a narrow view that is warped by evil that has been done to you. And much of your memory is lost, such as mine. But the way you choose to accept it is to deny it. I choose to accept it by opening up to it and exploring.
What if you're being lied to?
Either you're lying to me, or he's lying to me,
I have no
or the
reason to lie.
inner voice. You have no basis for your opinion. But your opinion is yours, which is fine. So why would I accept your opinion over his?
Maybe you should question it.
I do. I have lots to learn.
Why would you learn from this?
Why wouldn't you?
This is a very low-level, insignificant creature that is playing on your mind, in my opinion.
Yes. Flip aside the creatures that were handling us handily as if they were nothing. Granted, this is a dream world, and reality can be warped by others who control the dream. But remember, this is the only place I ever dream.
What about in the real world? What would we do to them if we address them in a
Who's them?
confrontational value?
Who's
the bug,
them?
the creatures in
The
this realm.
bugbears, I don't trust them at all.
So
bugbears, I suspect we're past that fucking point.
we're being fed a narrative from a bugbear.
If this is a bugbear, possibly.
She is, and she's